How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for joining me again. I really do appreciate you. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into putting daily profit and loss into your strategy to keep it from, you know, going beyond what you would like, profiting for the day, or not going beyond how much you would like to lose for that day. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in everything that I need into the parameters and the variables and the booleans and everything, just to get it all set up, and then I can start trying my best to explain the reason for using the conditions. I apologize. I have always tend to have a tendency to do that. All right, so we're good to go. All right. So what I'm going to do now is just add a few more things and start getting everything set up. Do apologize for the silence, but once I get everything set up, you understand why. Okay, so we're going to make this a variable. So we're just going to keep that the way it is. I'm going to set up two bools. Keep that at false, and make this a bool also. I'm going to make this true. All right, so that will basically always stay true, and that's for a reason. Um, but you'll start to understand once I get into it. All right, so let's go down. All right, so once again, I like to keep things nice and neat. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use that boolean. The limit exceeded. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the realized profit and lost. Um, Basically what it is it's the system performance. It gives you the system performance of the trades and the trade performances of the losses and the wins and things like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add that. I like to go to the search. It's a whole lot easier. Oh, all right, bear with me 1 second. All right, so I apologize about that, people. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to change this to a condition with and or standard condition. See, now it's equal to. Now if I need to, which I actually have to, so what I'm going to do is create a or. So now you should be able to get the realized profit and loss. All right, there we go. All right, so that's what we're going to be using. Make it simple. Copy, paste. All right, so what this is for to keep control of our daily profit and our daily loss. All right, still a few more things that we have to add. All right, so now what I'm going to do is add that accum, meaning accumulated variable. Make that stack it up. Kind of line these so it don't stretch out. Same thing. All right, one thing you want to make sure you always do is make sure you always update these. So if the profit and loss, if the limit exceeds the profit and loss for the day, if it's greater than, And if the profit and loss, excuse me, if the daily loss, excuse me, I apologize. Let me go back up. I apologize. I kept saying profit and loss. So if the realized daily profit is greater than the daily profit limit, the limit is exceeded. It will be set to true. If the realized profit and loss for the day is less than the daily loss limit, it will be set to true. All right, so let me just finish getting everything up. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a condition box. Because even though I have this set up, there's still some things that I would need to tell the strategy to do when the limit exceeded is set to true. All right, so we've got that set up. All right, so one more thing I would like to add is that I want to make sure that I reset these values. All right, bear with me one sec. Once again, for simplicity, copy and paste. All right, bear with me one second. Let me see. All right, so I got the limit exceeded Boolean set, realized profit, count profit, minus the accumulated greater daily profit. Okay, okay. If limit exceeded, that limit is exceeded, it is true. If it's true when it's greater, then the profit conditional is set to false, which means it stops trading due to it being true. All right, and got it. All right, all right. So let me. I'm going to try my best to explain. You know, the purpose of having the daily profit and loss. I mean, of course, it is common sense. You just don't want to have a strategy up there. Well, I do apologize. Let me back up. It is not just common sense. If you're just getting into trading, you don't know and you don't understand. You want to keep control of those profits. You just don't want to, just trade and trade and trade and lose and lose and lose. So, once you start getting into it and you see, okay, wait a minute, I'm losing too much money, and you start realizing, okay, hold up, I need to keep control of these profits. It doesn't make sense for me to trade, and I'm just going to keep losing money. So, what you do is, you add the daily profit and loss to your strategies. So, it's basically, it's how we keep track of our daily trading profits and stay safe while we're trading. So, imagine having a special bank. Um, this isn't just any bank. It only accepts money from trades you've completely finished. We call the money in this bank your account realized profit. So this right here, this one right here, right now. All right. It's like only counting the money you've actually put in your pocket, not the money you might get later. So every morning when you wake up, you count how much money is in this special bank. We call this amount, the accumulated, this is our starting point for the day. All right. Okay. So throughout the day, as you complete trades, you might add money to or take money from your special bank. Now, the total amount in your bank at any time is still your account realized profit. All right. So at the end of the day, to figure out how much you made or lost that day, you simply compare what's in your bank now to what was in it this morning. The difference is your daily profit and loss. So, all right. So on Monday morning, your bank has $100. The accumulated is 100. All right. By Monday night, you've completed a few more trades, and now you have $200 in your bank. Your daily profit and loss for Monday is 100. Right. So Tuesday morning, you start with $200 in your bank. This becomes your new accumulated. Okay. If by Tuesday afternoon you have $250 in your bank from completed trades, your profit for Tuesday so far is $50. All right. Got it? All right. So I hope I explained that. I tried to explain that the best I could. Now, in order to keep the trading safe, we have to have like two special flags along with the special bank. All right, we're gonna have two flags. One is a green flag. That's the profit and loss condition, and we're gonna have another one like it's like a red flag. That's the limit exceeded. All right, so these flags help us stick to our daily trading goals. All right, so let's just say we make $50 a day, but we also don't want to lose more than $30 a day. So here's how this is how it works. At the start of each day, the green flag is up. The red flag is down. This means we're allowed to trade. All right. So if we make $50 or lose 30, the red flag, which is the limit exceeded, goes up, and the green flag, which is the profit and loss condition, goes down. When this happens, it's like a signal telling us, hey, time to stop trading for the day. All right. So that's that in a nutshell. But here's the really important part. Here's the really important part. This part right here. Okay. So every morning we have to reset our accumulated, the limit exceeded bull, and the profit and loss condition bull at the start of every session. It's like starting a new day with a clean slate. All right. So at the start of the first bar of each session, accumulated realized trades is reset back to zero, so it can calculate with the already account money that's already been in the account, so it can help you determine between the difference between. So the profit and limit, the limit exceeded bull, it will be set back to false, and the profit in the lifting condition will be set back to true. All right. So when it's hit to false because it's exceeded, then at the end of the day, excuse me, at the beginning of the next day, at the first bar of the session, it'll be set back. So it gives us a fresh start each day. Yesterday's success or failure doesn't affect today's trading. Now we can accurately track each day's profits. That's why we reset the accumulated. We get a new chance to trade within our limits every day. That's why we reset the limit exceeded and profit and loss condition. Think of it like wiping your chalkboard clean each morning, ready for a new day of learning and trading. This way, we're always making decisions based on how we're doing today, not on what happened yesterday or last week. All right, so by using the special bank and the flags this way, we can trade safely and smartly, giving ourselves the best chance to succeed each day. All right, so now that I explained that, you guys got basically the gist of the daily profit and loss. What I'm gonna do now, just want to make sure everything is set up properly. So what I gotta do is add the profit and loss condition to the main logic, and that's just this. Paste that. Go down here, add it to here. All right, let's cross our fingers and see if everything will work out the way it's supposed to. Let me save that. Just doing a little check, that's all. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to, alright, bear with me 1 second, I apologize. I just want to put these up top. Might as well should just get them all in order now. Thank you for your patience. Alright, yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for being patient with me during that. Alright, so let's go over to our strategy analyzer. Alright, so we got our start time. We have now have our daily profit and loss. We have, and we also have our bar since exit. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take one of these out of the strategy analyze tab and do it on back test. All right. So immediately, as you can see, it dropped. So here you can see the gross loss was this, but let me do this. All right, loss. More than likely it did hit that 250. So let's just check the trades. All right. So August 1st. All right. So as you can see, trade set at 250 for the daily loss. First trade was 245 loss. Next trade was 135. Excuse me, my eyes are not deceiving me. Excuse me, 185. I need my glasses, y'all. I apologize. All right, yeah, 185. 185. Of course, they go up to 430, but as you can see, after it hit that above the 250 mark, it stopped trading for that day, went to the next day. All right, same thing. First trade, 165 loss. Next big one, 240, stopped right there in its tracks. Same thing, it just kept losing, lost. It amounted for that amount, went above the 250. When it went above the 250, it stopped. So, as you can see, it is working. All right, so let's go to another. Let me stretch these times out so we can just see the time frames. All right, so 19, the 19th. All right. Started off with a $170 trade, two losses, 1, 2, 3 losses. All right, but because of that 170, that minimized the losses, which is all right. Came back with another 280. It got up to the 1,000, but then tried to take another trade to compensate for those losses and stopped at the 985. So that wasn't the trading hours. that stopped that. That was the daily profit and loss that stopped that. So it did see it was at 1,000. It took that trade, but then because it lost, got out. All right, 820, 240, another 25, 265. Stops trading for the day. 21 starts off losing 150. Oh, did pretty good. Win, 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 win. See. So let's see. It loses. Drops to 570. By the end of the day, it is up $1,500. Seems like due to that loss. Excuse me, right here. So yeah, about 14. I mean, one. Right. So yeah, that's right. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, people. So as you can see with this, it really keeps your tradings and your money in order, so you don't have to worry about losing any money. Well, excuse me, I apologize. Let me rephrase it. So you don't have to worry about blowing your account by not having it set to at a certain amount of loss each day or a certain amount of profit. Yeah, immediately 29th, 280 got out. 205, 205 went back to even. Yeah, that was the lowest for the day as well. But of course, this is just to show you guys, having the daily profit and loss set up. So let's just play with it a little bit. All right, so it changed. Let's even these out. Let's change the bar since exit to 5. Any worse, but at least you guys can see that the settings and everything we put in place is working. All right. Look at that. That's horrible. But once again, just an example of how to get your daily profit and loss set up in the strategy. And please understand, this is just one way of doing this. Please try and test different things. This is not set in stones. This is just the way that, from me going through trial and error of trying to learn how to set up daily profit and loss within a strategy. And, like I said, there's some aspects of this that you can put inside the main logic, but as you can see, like the daily reset, you can't put that inside the main logic. That has to be outside of the logic. And this can also be used for something else if there was another variable or something else that you needed to reset at the first bar of the session. So that's good in itself. Yeah, that. But please, this is the reason why I love Quagensia so much, because there's no one way to do this. I mean, you can find out many different ways to do it. What works best, what's easier. We also have that on Discord, and we also share a lot of that information up there. Tips and tricks on how to actually work the strategy a little better from being a beginner to intermediate person using this. It took a little bit of time to learn. It was a little bit of a learning curve, but after I started playing with it, like, approached it like a video game and started getting the hang of it. Like you also will, if you ever decide to try it out. But that's it for today, people. Once again, I would like to thank you for joining me on these videos. There's going to be, I'm pretty sure, a few more coming with this, because there's a lot that I still have to add to this. And, appreciate if you guys join me. All right. So, once again, you take care. Thank you for joining me. You guys stay blessed. I appreciate you.